What's up everyone, this is Ryan here. Today I just want to do a talking video, the Stihl RCA 20 hand push washer. Now I hope at some point this thing will get used this year for 2025. I promise this thing will get used this year for 2025 exactly because you can see how much it's better this thing exactly, so I hope at some point this thing will get used this year. But this weekend or next weekend, I don't know. Because it did get used before, but now this thing's just been sitting for a while now, you can see, because you know how I expected this thing, because I wish the thing was not sticking in over on my clothes a little bit, because how I expected this thing. It's a pretty nice looking one, my fan. And that's because I know how I expected this thing. So I hope at some point this thing will get used this year for 2025, which I promise this thing will get used this year. I promise that this thing will get used this year for 2025, which I know since the fact you can see how much I expected this thing, which it will get used at some point this year, because I do like this thing a little bit, because you see how much I expected this thing, because you know how I expected this thing been used almost like quite a bit, because you know I expected this thing. So I hope at some point this thing will get used this year for 2025, which I really hope so. This thing will get used this year for 2025, which I promise that this thing will get used this year for 2025, which I hope at some point this thing will get used this year for 2025, as I can see. But this is a pretty nice looking push washer.